Hello, my name is Daily May, and this is going to be my submission for Mad Father Bad Ending Prologue Skip any percent. So, without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in. So, when you start the game, you always want to select Prologue Skip because that's the category we're running. So, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So basically in this game we are mainly focusing on the movement because the movement is very slippery in this game. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to be in the guest room and you're going to be picking up Snowball, which I just picked up earlier. And you want to hold the left arrow button so that way you'll be able to get Snowball. So you're going to need Snowball, and I'm going to get to that later, and to why you need Snowball. You want to go to this room, and then you want to go back. Yes, you will encounter many creepy dolls here. And as you can see, her movement is very slippery, like I mentioned earlier. So you need to control your movements, especially with her. The keys I'm actually using is my keyboard, and to skip the prologues, actually the dialogue, is by holding X. So about Mad Father. Mad Father was actually made by a Japanese creator named Sen. And as you can see, this platform is very linear. And you really want to really advance your moves, especially when you're going places. So you might be wondering who this girl is. Her name is Aya, and Aya is a 11-year-old who is trying to figure out why her father has disappeared. And as you can see here, she'll be starting to get flashbacks of what her father has been doing to innocent people. And I forgot to mention earlier that you would have to lower down the volume because there is going to be a lot of screaming here. Because Aya does scream very loud, so. So you really need to collect the code memo, because without the code memo, you won't be able to open this closet. Now there are certain areas where you have to figure out the code, but since I already know the code by heart, I don't really have to do that. So there's another flashback, and again I'm holding X to skip the dialogue. So what really happens here in this scene? Aya finds her mom's perfume. She gets a flashback, and her mother found out why Aya's father has always been in the lab with Maria. So Maria and Aya's father, whose name is Alfred, they are lab partners, but they're also having an affair. So she's really angry about that. And I would be too if someone does that to me. If my significant other does that to me. But you know, the gist of being hurt and all that. Now you want to go in this cafeteria, and you're gonna go all the way to the pantry. And where you see the carpet that's folded on the top left, you want to open that. You go inside the basement. Now you see you already have the lamp. So we're gonna go in this crack right here and already have Snowball get the next item, which is going to be the key. And a little bit of a warning, there is going to be a lot of jump scares. So, and you also want to go into the cabinet, or actually under the kitchen sink. You really want to avoid these guys because you don't want to get a lot of damage. But the good thing is, it's only in that living room. When she goes to a different room, then you won't have to worry about some HP throughout the game. Now, in order to actually burn the corpse, as you saw earlier, you have to go to the library and read the flame egg. Without the flame egg, you would not be able to burn the corpse. Now you want to keep moving along, and we're gonna go to this room, which is the taxidermy room. You're gonna pick up the bucket, and then you're gonna go look over the shelf, and then a jar falls, and you get to collect the eyeball. And we're gonna be using that very, very soon. Now she does encounter Maria. This is Maria. She is her father's lab assistant and also his mistress. That guy over there, his name is Ogre, and he pretty much kind of controls throughout the whole game. And you want to go in this room, and this is where you see her father and her mother's spirit. And Aya's like, why are you taking Daddy away? What the heck? And then the ogre comes out and he explains like, oh my goodness, such humans. So most of the time when there is a dialogue, you always want to have your movements in advance. So that way you'll be able to save more time. You want to pick up this ladder right here, and you want to unlock this door. So the next thing we're actually going to pick up is the chainsaw, and this is really, really important in the game because you will need a chainsaw to go through most of the barriers. So it's actually going to be up here in that crate, and all you have to do is put up a ladder that you picked up earlier, go up, push the crate down, and then bada bing bada boom, you have the chainsaw. So for my keys for the chainsaw, I mostly use shift and enter. Shift is where you equip the chainsaw, and then enter is where you use the chainsaw. As you can see, it's kind of weird for an 11-year-old to actually have the chainsaw. So it's just like, why is she having a chainsaw? You'll find out in a little bit. And then in this hallway, we're going to be encountering our first patterns. And I'm going to show you. The reason she fell because someone is actually dragging her. And it's mostly the dolls. So these patterns actually come very RPG because there is no particular order on the patterns. You really have to do the best you can to actually get through the patterns without messing up, because if you do mess up, they'll give you another pattern, but time is ticking. So we really, really, really want to avoid any mishaps of like missing the pattern. And we're going back to the cafeteria because this is the easiest way to actually go to the next room. Now, as you can see, I've already equipped the chainsaw, and we're gonna go ahead and go in this room, and that's where we encountered the little girl who doesn't have eyes. So the reason you want to give her eyes is because there is a lever on in that room, if you see that there, and you want to go to the hidden passage, because without the hidden passage you actually would not be able to go to the courtyard. Now before they made changes, there was no hidden passage, so you literally have to open this painting in the reception room, and there's another pattern because a doll literally attacks you and you have to escape. Now you want to open this pit and you want to drop the eyeballs. And you want to go back here and go back to the hidden passage. And you want to go back here and then you are in the spare room. So when she comes out, she first and foremost, she's going to thank Aya for saving her and giving her her eyeballs back. And then after that, we will be pulling the lever on the top of that room, the top left. So there's a lot going on, but not really in particular. As I mentioned before, that this game is very, very linear. And as you can see, this is actually a 2D platform type of game. So you want to keep going down the stairs and you're like, why? Well, we encountered this woman and you'll probably be guessing that most of the characters that Aya has encountered, most of them are already dead. Obviously, because they were killed by her evil father, who is really crazy enough to really kill humans and actually turn them into dolls. And honestly, like, it's very, very creepy. And by the way, this actually takes place in Germany, so it really kind of makes sense that this is taking place in a castle. And as you can see, this is why the woman does not want Aya to go down the stairs, because she does not want her father to kill her. But Aya's just a very curious little girl and she really wants to be with her father. And Aya is really, really tired of these flashbacks. I would be tired too, but whew, that would give you a headache. Now you want to go in the passage and then you're going to open this crate and make sure that you equip the chainsaw in advance. And you're going to get the forceps. Once you get the forceps, you're going to be going into the stinky bathroom. It's really, really stinky, and she doesn't want to use her bare hands to actually grab the key in the toilet. I wouldn't too, honestly. So we're going to wash the key. It's better to wash it, because you never know. Dirty keys sometimes won't work to open the door. So we're gonna go through this passage right here, pass through the jail, go through the mirror room, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to that room over here. This is the cafeteria, and we're gonna equip our chainsaw right here, and then we cut the ham. And it's a very, very raw ham, so we're gonna cook it in advance. I mean, you're more than welcome to cook it right after encountering this next ghost. And this ghost is the Blue Priest, and he chokes her. And this is another pattern that you really, really gotta think on your feet. Again, RNG in this when it comes to the patterns. And most of the time, it's better to use two hands, but it's really your personal preference. If you want to use one hand, you're more than welcome. But I find it easier to actually use two hands. Just that way, I'll be able to get to the go to the patterns a little bit faster and type in the little patterns a little bit faster. Now, this is going to be a huge, huge dialogue here. So I'm just gonna talk through what's really, really happening here. So as you can see, there is Snowball, but right beside Aya, and there's her mother. As you can see, that Aya's mother is very, very loving to Aya, and she does the best she can to really protect her. So this is Rio. Rio is human here, but then he's gonna end up becoming a ghost, but actually a good ghost. I wouldn't find it surprising to have a cat, like a church, like a church in a castle. I think it's a church. But I believe this is more of a tabernacle, but you know, Maria kills Rio, which is very unfortunate because he's such a sweet guy. Like, why though? And now we're going back to the cafeteria, and then we're gonna pick up this ham, and we're gonna give it to the boy that is actually in the table, and he's going to be eating the raw ham that Aya cooked. So after that, they're gonna be talking, and then we're gonna be actually collecting our next item, which I'm super stoked. I'm just kidding. It's nothing ordinary, honestly. It's nothing too special, but you're going to be using this item, which is napkins. Again, you want to be very advanced with your movements, and you go to the corridor and you see the blue priest again. You really want to get out of this room, but then you're going to come back. And even though it says press Z to push, I'm actually using space and enter at the same time to actually open the door very quickly. And then after that, you're going to go back. Is the blue priest going to be there? No, not necessarily. And then you see the ogre. We're going to encounter the mirror room. This is the most claustrophobic rooms. So you really need to match it up because they call it the mirror. They don't call it the mirror room for no reason. You want to push the knight, and then you want to put the bouquet in that vase, and then the next thing you're gonna do is put in the doll head, which is kind of creepy. I know it's creepy, but no worries. She wasn't standing there for no reason. Okay, she was already like, "Hey, I'm here." You gotta match it up in order to open that door over there. Now you want to keep moving. And then this is a kind of like this is a riddle when you're reading the diary. You gotta push the baby in, and you all want to push the mom out, or you can definitely collect the dead bird too. So basically, what you really want to do is you gotta kick the mother out because the boy just killed the bird and the cat, which is very unfortunate. He turned out to be very, very evil. Then you want to clean the mother because unfortunately she died because of her evil son. You're gonna collect the butcher knife. I'm gonna call it the butcher knife because it's one of the biggest knives you'll ever use in the kitchen in general. And then you're gonna cut her head off. Off with her head, as the queen of the red heart says. And you can also you can go ahead and press X. Most of the time I'm pressing X to actually equip, like look at the menu and then equip. This is the suicidal woman, and this is going to be a jump scare, so be prepared. 1, 2, 3, hide. So as you can see that this is a horror, but again, very linear and 2D, of course. It could be the the creator of like this game. Like, Aya's cute. She's very cute and she's so innocent. But I'm just gonna say that this story is kind of messed up. Because I don't want to tell you why. I don't want to spoil it. So if you're interested in playing this game, or if you want to start speedrunning, this is actually a good game to actually speedrun. As a matter of fact, this is the very first game I've actually speedrun. I fell in love with it. This game is pretty much my baby. Majority of the speedrunners are guys who run this game. Not a lot of girls run this game, but I'm very pleased to be one of the few a couple girls that actually run this game. So there's a lot of mysterious things that we need to resolve here. Now that girl, her name is Ennis, and we're gonna be learning about her very soon. You want to pick up the keys, and the reason the mice are attacking her is because she, like, if you don't have any like very sweet fragrance, like, you really need to have a very strong fragrance. You want to pick up her mom's perfume because we're going to be using this. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to spray some perfume as soon as we make sure that the monster does not get Aya. But for the most part, you really need to be careful with her movement. And that's what it's all about. See, now I can go through this passage, and because I put on some fragrance. This one is the trickiest part of the game. So when the door closes, you want to open the door. And you want to go in this first room. This doll is very, very fast, and if you don't go in the first room, you will die instantly. And you cannot keep saving in certain parts if you're running this game. If you notice that the little crow is there, that is where you want to save certain parts. But I'm not going to do that in this game. You want to grab the vase, so that way she doesn't get through. And the bed is going to move. And you want to get out of that room and really slam that door right away. And she's probably, why I can't go in? You want to interact with this doll. You're going to be collecting this doll. This is one of the items that is very, very important. And I'm going to explain a little bit why it's very important. So right now we're going to follow Ennis. So that way we'll be like, what's the hype going on? Like, what's going on? So on this part, you want to be very, very quick. These dolls are very, very, they all have knives. Don't move when you're like next to the second doll. You want to go ahead and just try to avoid them as much as you can. Just like that. This one has her eyes closed, so we'll be getting rid of her in just a moment here. First, we're gonna go inside that room. In that room, we're gonna be going there twice to the incinerator, and this is where you see Inez's dead body. She's like really slowly dying here, and this is very sad because Ennis was a homeless girl. She's very poor. Abuse right there. And this is where Ennis has been discovered by Aya's father. He takes her in like, okay, I'm gonna adopt her, I'm gonna feed her, and you know, just take care of her. And he shows her Aya, who was a baby back then, which is very, very cute. This is as you can see, we're back in the laboratory. This is very sad. because eventually Inez gets killed by Aya's father. All Inez wanted in reality in this scene is to be a part of the family, which is very sad, honestly. And I think like in that part, it's just like, it's so sad. Because we all want to be accepted by if you're an orphan and you want to have family, of course you're going to be heartbroken that your adopted parents would hurt you like that. So it's very emotional. But yeah, so we're here, and it's kind of silly that they turn off the lights for this part, because especially when we're in a tunnel. And that dog that we saw in the kitchen ate the key. And we need that key to open the incinerator. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get that key back, and be careful with her. So in order to kill her, you want to go up the ladder, and you want to go ahead and get this plank right here, and you want to put it right by the chandelier. The next thing you're gonna do is move sandbags. And then we're gonna go ahead and go to the plank. I'm gonna move up a bit. Oops. I had to move up a bit, but you want to kill her like right away, like literally. Now, before I go to that room, you want to pick up the hammer right here, and then you're gonna go ahead and go to the room, and you're gonna be picking up the Mandrake. But first, we're going to solve the puzzle, and we're gonna hear something. We're gonna go to this door. The hammer that we picked up earlier, we can go ahead and crack that pot open, and we are going to be getting our earplugs. So you want to think that over first and then take it. If you uproot it right away, Aya will die right away, because mandrakes do scream very, very loud. You want to be closer, and then she's gonna put on her earplugs first. So that way the dog eardrums are destroyed and it's dead. Now, I always think of the Mandrake as the Harry Potter scene. If you are a huge Harry Potter fan, you probably be like, oh, it's the Mandrake that is in Harry Potter in the greenhouse. That's what I always think of. Every time I run this game, that's what I always think of the Mandrake. But these Mandrakes are actually very, very friendly. You want to go inside so that we can go ahead and skip the cutscenes. We're gonna go back inside the room. So now that we have the key, we're gonna go ahead and go to the incinerator room. And then the creepy doll that we picked up earlier, we're gonna literally burn her. We're gonna throw her in there, we're gonna burn her. It's like, bye. The doll kept saying, I'm your mother and all that, but in reality, she really isn't. And then we're very, very close to the end of the game, and all these dolls are gone. When we burn the creepy doll, all the dolls are like, they're not moving anymore, as you can see. And you want to go back to the room that we really want to go into. Of course, we're going to be encountering another creepy doll, but that's okay. So we're actually we're getting very close to the end. So what's going to happen here is that, yeah, she's still alive. She's pretty much the only doll that's alive right now, but she's not really relevant to this part. This is the Ogre. and he's gonna give him the holy water. So for the holy water, we're not gonna use it. You want to jump in. And we don't need the holy water because if you're gonna be running bad ending, you won't need the holy water. You can only use it on good ending. There are 3 endings. There's bad ending 1, bad ending 2, and good ending 1. So the ones that I'm actually running is bad ending 1 because this is the fastest and most popular category in Mad Father. And Aya is in the darkness wanting to save her father, but Aya's mom won't allow her because her dad is really a crazy taxidermist who literally kills innocent people to transform them into dolls. Now she wants to take him to the other side of the world, but Aya saves him. So on this one, you're not gonna be choosing save father. We're gonna grant her wish, and we're gonna do that right now. See, we don't need the holy water because when you saw the option of save father, that's when you want to use the holy water. And since we're not doing good ending, we didn't use it. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep moving because we're just at the end of the game. All we have to do is just open this. And then we're gonna go here and we're gonna be encountering Maria. Maria survived. Yippee skippity doo. She's feeling hurt that that Aya grants her mom's wish by taking her father away. And Maria's kinda heartbroken about that. So we're all saying our prayers, rest in peace, mom and dad. And now she's like telling Maria, what are you gonna do? And here comes Maria going to attack her. So at the end, Aya dies. And Maria will be transforming her into one of the dolls, unfortunately. And time. So that is 33 minutes and 2 seconds. Not really bad of a run, honestly. So I'm hoping you enjoy this run, and if you want to play this game, it is available on Steam. You're more than welcome to do that. I believe this is a very good game to actually start speedrunning if you're really interested. So really check it out. So my YouTube, I do have a YouTube. It's youtube.com/dailymay. I do have a Twitter @dailymay, and I have an Instagram @dailymay. And you can also follow me on twitch.tv/dailymay. So this is Daily May here. Thank you so much for watching the speedrun of Mad Father. And I hope to showcase my speedrunning for Mad Father very soon. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day or night. Bye!